Hi guys, it's Sophie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I've created this full glam using products I dislike or that I'm getting rid of. If you saw my decluttering my makeup collection video a couple of videos back, you know I was getting rid of a lot of products and I thought the ones that I can't really give away, why don't I sit down and use them and create one kind of final momentum of these products. Before the video starts, don't forget to subscribe down below, and if you want to see how I created this glam using products I dislike and why I'm getting rid of them, just keep on watching. So my skin is prepped just with my normal moisturiser. I feel like that shouldn't make much of a difference to this process, hopefully not. We're going to start off with brows. Now this is the Revolution Focus and Fix Eyebrow, I think it's called Shaping Kit. It's kind of like rubbed off. This is in the shade like medium. Shades aren't that great, that's why I'm kind of getting rid of them. Also, I don't really like using powder. I'm either like more of a pencil girl or just a natural like soap brow, but we're going to use these and we're just going to hope and pray for the best. That's going to be me the whole video. I'm just going to be like, let's hope and pray for the best. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of shape them. That's not too bad. The reason I'm getting rid of this is because the medium shade is too light, but then the darkest shade has that really undertone. Now I'm just crying because I've plucked some eyebrow hairs and that really hurt. I mean, while we're here, might as well rub some of this soapy thing. I guess this is like their equivalent of a soap thing. It's very sticky. That wasn't too bad, that thing. It was just really, really sticky. The product itself isn't bad. It's the colour. Like, the colours in there are so confusing. Top two shades are literally like this beige. Like, they're the same beige. And then that darker brown has that reddy undertone. So my brows just look ginger. I don't have like an eye base or anything I was getting rid of. So I'm just going to take some Peeler Bees base to just carve out my eyebrows. For eyeshadow, I'm going to be taking the Revolution X Soph Extra Spice palette. When this first came out, I did really love it. However, obviously, I just have other palettes now. I don't really use Revolution palettes. I feel like everyone's first like makeup palette or makeup products are from Revolution. I haven't used this palette in so long that I forgot genuinely what it performs like, so I'm hoping for the best. I'm going to take the shade Cookie Dough, which is this brown here, and we're just going to blend that all over the lid. It just clings to my eye base a little bit, like where that Peeler Bees base is tacky, it just clings like the initial put down, and it's hard to like blend that out, which is not cute. I'm going to take the shade Lakes, which is a dark khaki shade. I'm just running that through my crease. Taking the shade Reputation, which is the darkest shade in the palette. It's kind of like a blacky green. For the price of the palette, like, you can't complain. And I hit pan on like some of the shades, so like it's not terrible, but now I just have better palettes. That is more like brown and black than like khaki and green I was expecting. I kind of wanted to create like a greeny base, but we're just gonna have to flow with it. Hit the shade Aurora, which is the khaki green shimmer, and we're just literally just gonna pack that all on my lid. There is not shimmer in there. With a shimmer, you do expect it to be like pow, like in your face, and obviously these ones aren't. I haven't put a base down, but usually I don't actually put a base down with shimmers, only if it's like on a cut crease. It's a lot more natural if you don't put a base down, but obviously they will perform better if you do. I can't stop looking at the colour of these brows, honestly, it's really putting me off. Now this is where it could all go terribly wrong because these base products I genuinely do not get along with. So we're going to start off with this Revolution Pro Matte Primer. Now this is like a silicone primer, but the feel of it is disgusting. I haven't used a silicone primer in at least 2 years, and obviously this is matte, and my Vitamin E Bobby Brown is like hydrating moisture, so this is like gonna, I feel like, end in disaster. It does minimise the pores, but it's just the feeling of it really like icks me out. Is that even a word? I don't think it's a word, I think I just made that up. I have 3 foundations that I kind of just want to use. This is the Max Factor Miracle Match Foundation Blur and Nourish in the shade Warm Almond 45. I've hardly used this. I'm actually going to give this to my mum because I feel like it's going to be a good shade for her. Then I have the Revolution Matte Base F4. Now I got the wrong shade of this. This is kind of like a pinky undertone. And then the Revolution Foundation Stick in the shade F6. Everyone knows I love this product in the shade F13 for cream bronzer. However, when you put it on, like as a foundation, as what it's supposed to do, it just does not work. Like for me, it just cracks, it's horrible. Because I kind of want this to work, I'm going to use this on half of my face, and I think I'm going to use the foundation stick on the other half of my face, because this is such a pinky undertone that if I do half and half, I feel like they're not going to be the same as where these are like both yellowy undertones. My sponges are currently drying, so I'm going to have to use a brush. So I'm going to take this Max Factor. I think it smells really, really funny, and I think that's what puts me off initially anyway. And I feel like it just does not sit on my face right. Like it's got a good amount of coverage. I bloody should have the price of it. I think it's like £15. Like Maybelline Superstays are so much better than this. But it just grips to places of my face that my other foundations don't grip to. I'm like slating these products. I maybe shouldn't do that, but I feel like honesty is the best policy, and that's the whole point of this video. Like I'm just looking at my skin thinking my skin does not look like this. Maybe NARS and Morphe have been lying to me with their foundation. And on this side, I'm going to take the F6 foundation stick from Revolution. There's something about this just makes me feel awful. Is this full coverage? I don't actually remember. I really hope it is. I think the initial application of this isn't bad. However, in terms of longevity, is that the word? In terms of like how long and how well it sits on the skin after a long period of time, like really changes. It's just grip to places that I didn't want it to grip to. Like you can see all my texture. Let me get up close. This texture is not the one, like it's all around my nose. For cream contour, I am going to be taking the Pro Conceal LA Girl High Definition Concealer. It's not that dark. I'm actually not sure if it's going to make a difference. I don't usually use this to cream contour, but it's kind of the only thing I had. And we're just going to blend. It's a lot better on this side with that Revolution foundation rather than this side. That is just one to shambles. Do you ever like get bad products and you're like, can I actually just not do makeup anymore? Have I lost my mojo? And then you're like, no, it's the product. And you're like, are you sure? That soap thing in my brows or whatever I put in there, that gel thing, is like made them really shiny. Like I need to get it out. I just look like I got a sweaty brow. I just got so much texture on my skin. I can't cope. Next is concealer. Now I love my Revolution concealers so much, so I didn't actually get rid of any concealers. However, this is a concealer stick from Primark. I feel like the shade's going to be way off, but we're just going to go and apply it. I'm just putting cream upon cream upon cream. I'm going to have to do a face mask after this, a full detox face mask. Cream stick concealers, I feel like I just so 2011, should we say? I really don't know. I have this Revolution pressed powder. I'm going to pack all under my eyes. So if I try to blend more, the foundation like is disrupted. For loose powder, I'm going to be taking the Revolution baking powder in the shade Ghost Finish. This was like one of the first powders I ever got. I just prefer like coloured powders now. Like my Laura Mercier translucent one, the honey shade. This side is really starting to like crack up now. Time to bronze with powder. This is the MUA Bronze Perfection Matte Bronzer. If you did watch my decluttering video, which if you haven't, go watch it. You know I used to love this and I haven't actually used it in so long. I probably shouldn't be putting this on my skin right now. It's that old. It's like gripping to the foundation. I think it's the foundation's problem if I'm being honest. Definitely that Revolution foundation lets products go on top a lot better, because that Max Factor one was not having it. It's not having it. Didn't take the powder under my eye very well. It kind of gripped. And then also this bronzer. I have a patch now. Just an empty patch that will not fill up. For blush, I'm going to be taking the Makeup Academy blush in the shade Papaya Whip. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. This product is really chalky. I thought I'd just put that out there. Come on, like, the colour of this is so gorgeous. It's just like the application is just going all wrong. I was kind of hoping this actually wasn't going to turn out bad because I wanted a photo. I'm going to do a nice khaki eye, and I thought, do you know what? I'll get a nice Instagram photo of it. It won't go terribly wrong. Basically, I was optimistic, like really optimistic. The more I go over it, the more it's coming off. which is super annoying because I do want to salvage this. For highlighter, I'm actually going to be taking the Revolution Pro 4K highlighter palette. I'm going to be taking this gold shade here. As you can see, this gold shade is so pretty. I actually have nothing bad to say about this palette. It's just really old and I have other palettes. That's why I'm getting rid of it. That is really, really gorgeous, like so stunning. That has made me want to keep this palette. I just have other palettes that I use. I never reach for this, even though it is so gorgeous. I just don't reach for it. So there's no point me keeping it. I'd rather like give it to a friend. For lips, I'm actually not getting rid of these products because I dislike them. I'm just getting rid of them because I had so many lip things. If you did watch the video, you understand that my lip drawer was just overflowing. I just needed to get rid of ones that I don't reach for or are really old. So I'm going to be taking the Sleek Twist Up Lip Pencil in the shade Nude 995. This isn't terrible. It's a nice shade. Really creamy. Then the Revolution Makeup Matte Lipstick in the shade Piece of Cake. I do have the same lip gloss for this, however, I can't find it. I remember when I got this, I was like so obsessed with it. It's a really gorgeous shade. For lip gloss, I'm going to be taking the Revolution Cancer lip gloss. This is from their Star Signs range that they did. This was obviously years ago. I was so obsessed with this when this came out. Like, the packaging, like the name and everything is literally rubbed off. I have to read it from the bottom. I can't believe I forgot to finish under the eye. Just taking a couple of the shades from that eyeshadow palette. I'm just going to run them underneath my eye. In the waterline, I'm just going to take in my Alien and Sosu eye pencil. For lashes, I'm going to be taking the Oh So Dreamy Yasmin lashes. I think this brand aren't around anymore. They were the first brand I bought lashes from. Also the first brand to like repost me, and at the time that was like a huge thing. They reposted me quite a few times and I was just like, oh my god, I've been reposted on the brand's page. To finish off, I'm going to take the LA Girl Pro Setting Long Lasting Matte Finish Spray. Just spritz my face. I've actually not got much of this like left. I guess I really liked it. And this is the completed look. I'm actually quite happy with how it turned out. It could have been a lot worse, but I mean, I probably wouldn't go out looking like this because you can see loads and loads of texture and patches of where like the foundations clung, the eyeshadows clung. The sweaty eyebrows are not a vibe at the moment. This one is doing me in. The eyebrow colour looks a lot better now I've got like a full face of foundation on. My favourite thing is definitely the lip combo. I honestly love that lip combo so much. The lashes are really pretty as well. They're just super long and wispy. But yeah, these two foundations are just not for me. And that silicone primer as well was just not okay. The bronzer was kind of cute, but it did cling and wasn't that blendable. And that concealer stick is like going as far away from me as possible. My eyes are creased so badly, and like the texture around them is ridiculous. If my skin breaks out really bad, we know why, because my skin is actually looking really good recently. Well, like I say recently, this week. So if I break out, we know this is the reason why. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe down below and hit the notification bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. That is all from me, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.